Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Aquarius, I'm going to do a couple of things in this reading. The first one is I'm going to give you a message based on, as I was sitting down doing your pre-shuffle, just trying to see if I visualized anything, I had any kind of more intuitive messages come in for you. And it's been sort of based on me seeing or hearing like particular tarot cards. And that's what I got for you. I saw the Five of Pentacles, but I heard the door is opening. So it kind of feels like something that you've been shut out of, or something that's been off limits, or something that you felt excluded from, or some sort of just depletive energy. It's almost like you're opening up and you're walking out of that, or you're walking through the open door or something. So that's what I had for you, like kind of like, I call it the pre-shuffle energy, what I'm picking up for you before coming into the reading. So now that we're in the reading, I'm going to be using, as a double deck, it's my Steampunk Tarot and my Wizards Tarot, both created by Barbara Moore. So I've combined those, and I have my teeny tiny Everyday Witch deck as well. I'm going to pull out one card to start, and that one card is going to be the topic, the basis of this reading. And then we're going to pull out more cards to kind of go with it. So Aquarius, let's get right into it. Wow, that came out fast. We have two. You have Judgment and the Knight of Cups. Wow, right? Like Judgment kind of feels like a door opening. Some sort of door opening, a path being created. Yeah, there's a shift, and it's a nice shift. It's a flood. A flood. Hopefully it's not going to flood where any of you are. I feel like I have to do another collective reading. There's a lot of little things coming in. Yeah, okay. The zodiac readings, like little things like this that are making me feel like I have to do some sort of a collective reading. Some of you, yeah, there's some sort of a flood. Judgment with a flood. Doesn't it sound like so biblical? What the hell? I don't know. Is this supposed to be an Aquarius reading? I just heard no. Shit. All right. I hate it when my plans get awry. Okay, so this, yes. Before I even said this is a collective reading, I heard yes in my head. If you have the right decks, yes. All right. So this is a collective. This is a reading for the collective. There could be something about Aquarius about this. Like, why would this come through now? Something to do with the 11th house. Something to do with the path of humanity. The dawn of Aquarius. That's interesting too, right? I mean, just thinking about, we're leaving the era of Pisces and going into Aquarius. And the Knight of Cups feels like that, right? Like all that watery, emotional, but a flood. I don't know what this is. Okay. Just going to pull out cards. There is a Judgment and a flood. That's interesting. Both of these with a full moon. No, this one is not quite full. There's just a shadowy edge here. The Eight of Cups has the full moon. I'm going to keep going, but what's really interesting to me is when I first pulled out the Two of Swords, I noticed that she's standing on like a gear, an electrified gear. And the water is low. But it's not gonna be. It's gonna be quite, just be careful. I feel like this is like a bit of a warning to be careful around rivers and streams. I don't know who this is for, but it sounds like an important public announcement, really. Like it's almost like when you turn your back and you least expect it, this river will fill up quite quickly. So be careful, mindful of your kids. Oh shit, I have to talk to my Pisces friend. She's going camping this week. I'm going to see her later too to get the keys to feed the cats. The Hanged Man. And this person is being suspended from a tree in the water. The water levels are up to his hands. But he's hanging for that to happen. Everything has something about water so far. But the Eight of Cups is about water, but he's in a house. King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm feeling a bit like, I don't know who this is for. I don't even know that it's for everybody, but it's somebody who might be in some sort of a flood zone. Somebody who's in some sort of a flood zone. And I don't know if it's going to be you or someone close to you, like perhaps a parent with the King of Pentacles. And I feel like this person's house is very close to this water source. Or these people's houses are very close to this water source. But this just makes me feel like this person feels safe. They're fine. It's never come in, like it's never been a problem before. But it's going to turn into this. Like it's going to be quite deep. If you think about how deep that is, it would be up to, you know, a typically sized, well, we don't know how big the horse is, but I want to say for most people, seems like a fairly solid steed. I mean, my height, I used to be 5'6". I'm about 5'5.5" now. I don't know. But like, I would think the water would be between here and here. If you're a little bit taller, it might be more at your chest. I just feel like that there's this is like there's the Hanged Man again. Look at this. This guy is inside now. The Ten of Pentacles, this person is climbing up a ladder like to get to higher ground. This is so odd. The Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. It's under the Empress. Again, and the Empress is in such an odd place in this card. She's inside. The Empress is always depicted outside in nature. I really feel the message isn't changing very much. It just really feels like there is going to be some sort of really big flood somewhere. And that there's a person or a group of people that are going to feel like they're safer inside. I feel like this, I think like going up to a tree house. It seems to be important to get out of the house, perhaps on the roof of the house. Like it's like being inside and thinking about this. Why are they inside? The Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is sitting under this Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is not being able to make a decision. But I feel like the decision is being made based on, well, this has never happened before. Or whenever it's been warned that it will, it's never been that bad. So I'm not gonna go. And isn't it interesting? Because it's kind of that time of year, I guess, where certain rivers, lakes, streams could be flooding. Something's going to flood here. I'm seeing Venice, which is odd because to me that doesn't, I thought they had things in the water now to control the water coming in. I'm not really sure where this is, and I don't know why I'm seeing Venice, but it feels more like a countryside, though, to me. Just be mindful. It's such an interesting... The Ace of Wands. I'm hearing, like, go with your gut on something. Oh, Lordy. I'm going to go deeper into this because some of this, okay, judgment, justice, See, justice is not always how we want it to be served. And if you think about nature, nature doesn't do things because it's trying to destroy us. Nature does things because it needs to correct things. It does feel like to me there is a correction here. Like this is going from something that's been without water or high levels of water for some time, and it's going to flood. I wish I could tell you where that is, but the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands. It feels like getting more than what anyone hoped for. I do feel like this is in some area, again, like, right, the water levels are low here. It's almost as if there's a desire for water to come, like more water to be present. But this feels like too much. I don't know. The Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man again. It's like, yeah, somebody's been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, so this is a place where people have been waiting a long time for some water levels to come up. They're going to come up way too high, way too fast. Kind of feeling like there could be something in California. Eight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. You know, this is the other thing that I'm getting here with the, like, King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Empress. This feels like it's in a wealthy area. I'm going to say that too. It feels like it's in a wealthy area. The Hanged Man and the Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords. The Hermit. Like, not seeing this coming. Being kind of focused on something more internally than externally. People expecting, like, planning about something else and not necessarily planning about this. King of Pentacles, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Wands. There's almost like being defensive because really not seeing this coming. Or it wouldn't happen to them. I don't know if there's a dam somewhere too with that. Like the Five of Pentacles and the door opening. Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Devil. See, I feel like we are in a very odd energy, and kind of, you know, the video I just put out about, you know, reality shifts and changes, and then even linking that to the really destructive storm that came through here in Ontario, and even deadly, it's killed quite a few people. It had killed quite a few people, and I think today, finally, because after like 6 days, they expect everyone will have power who's been without a power since the storm. There was something very ominous in those clouds. I can't help but feel that there's something going on right now, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a planetary shift. It's sort of like more negative energies taking advantage of some sort of a planetary occurrence. I kind of feel like, and I know some people won't like this, but oh, those freaking moths are back. Bro. I just kind of feel like there's going to be more videos, more readings lately about just like take caution, be aware, be hyper vigilant. Obviously, don't be paranoid, but just be vigilant. Like use your common sense, and if your intuition or your gut is telling you something, follow it, believe it. It almost feels like with this card, like when somebody is focused on what they're doing. And again, I get that with the Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. It's like some sort of a self-focus here and not seeing what's coming. And there could be some disappointment. It's almost like this is when this energy sneaks in. I just feel like there's something really weird going on. Really odd. And I don't know what to make of these kind of readings where it is a bit of a warning to be careful here. I mean, I can't really give you advice what you would do, but I feel like though too, whoever this would affect has the capacity to make themselves safe. This doesn't feel like, you know, in some places, and I guess because I'm in Canada, I hear more news stories about when major like hurricanes and things of that nature are going through the US. But you know, there's a lot of people that just can't leave. They can't afford to go somewhere for a week in a hotel, or this doesn't feel like that. You know, and a lot of times those people end up in very dire situations because they just, you know, the government says everybody needs to leave. There's a class 5, 10, whatever it's a hurricane coming through. Where do we go? We don't have any relatives anywhere else. We can't afford, like, that's often the dilemma. But this doesn't feel like that. This feels like almost a place where people wouldn't think that it would happen to them. They're feeling too safe in their physical surroundings and not believing that they could change. Why are they all inside? I don't know. Maybe this happens with rain. Rain is coming. I guess that would make sense. Filling up, but because yeah, I think most places have already probably experienced the thaws, but maybe some more mountainy areas might still be having thaws, spring thaws from the snow. Definitely not seeing this coming and being defensive about it, and maybe even tired of hearing it. I don't know if it could be a place where this is something that's been warned for a long time, like, well, we haven't had rain for a long time, we haven't had rain for a long time, but people want rain. It feels like this is something that people want, but not this much. And not believing how bad it could get. Not being called to any other decks, but I feel like that's it. That's the message. So I don't know who needs to hear that. It's gosh, you have the Hanged Man here 3 times, and the Eight of Swords, and the Hermit. It's just like something that is kind of hoped for. Justice. This is bringing a balance to an area that has been too dry for too long. And I do feel like there's something going on planetarily, like astrologically, that's supporting what we would perceive as more negative, destructive, in some cases violent occurrences. This feels more like something of nature, and almost as if like it becomes, it's not, it might at first be seen as some sort of a blessing, and maybe that's too like why people are inside here. Oh, it's raining, we need to get out of the rain, but I don't know. This just feels like one of those readings that's either like way off. It's either like completely incorrect or it's going to be completely accurate. Somewhere very specific. I don't have a timeline either. So I would assume that if it's coming up now, it's got to be something in the next little while. But who knows? The universe works in mysterious ways. So I feel like I got that out of the way. It's not exactly the message I would expect to pull for a collective, but that's what it is. So there you go. That's that. All right, guys. Until next time, I was going to say to be more gentle with yourself. That's odd. Like I had to purse my lips to stop that from coming out. So take that as you will too. Bye.